I'd love to know, Nicola, what brought you to this work? Like, how did you get here?
Yeah, well, I was thinking about this. I'm always thinking about this kind of stuff. I was thinking about this recently when I was a child. I must have been about 9, I'd imagine. There was, so that was the 80s. There was this magazine subscription. I don't know if you remember, it was a big thing in the UK. I don't know if it was in Ireland in the 80s, where you'd get like a big binder and you'd pay for a subscription. And every week you could add to this binder and it would be on a particular subject. Anyway, it was called Know Yourself.
Hmm.
And I saw it on a TV advert and thought, I have to get that, because I just wanted to know myself.
Mhm.
I was always really curious about, how do I even exist?
Mhm, yeah.
What's this life all about? How can this work? How can I make this work well? How can I understand this? How can I understand myself? It's really, really curious. I think curiosity about life and myself, that was very natural to me, very, very alive in me.
Mm.
Um, and so, and then when I was about 10, I asked for a Bible.
Mm.
I grew up in a non-religious household and didn't really have anyone else around me who talked about spirituality or anything like that. And it was just in me with all these questions and this curiosity about life and existence. And so I thought, well, it must be in this Bible, that everyone's talking about. They're talking about God, and that was another really deep curiosity. I remember like getting the Bible Christmas Day and just couldn't wait till the evening where I could just be on my own to read it, and sort of reading the first couple of pages thinking, oh, it's not telling me, I thought the answers would be, and I was like, I don't understand this. But anyway, that's a bit of an aside. So I had these curiosities growing up, and then realized that life is made of relationships.
Mm. Mm.
And so became really curious about relationships and connecting with other people, and how, and just doing that in a slightly different way. So not coming from the conditioned self, but having so much curiosity that I would kind of do my relationships in a slightly different way than most people around me.
Mm.
And then as I, in my teenage years, people started to come then into my life who were similar, who had curiosities and were coming from a curiosity in a place that seemed to be deeper, some deeper questions they had.
Mm.
And then I started really bringing that to my work. So I designed an assertiveness course. That was about 20 years ago now, and brought that to people. I thought this will be really, part of it is because I love freedom. I love to see the people happy and healthy in the relationships, but they're free. Free
Mhm.
to be themselves, free to speak out. Freedom's a really big value of mine. I think
Mm.
because it's my natural state of being is one of freedom. That's who we really are. And I've just been really excited by seeing, the 12 people in the training room who, for the local council, who were just like enthralled that they could take these tools home and they could finally say no, and they could.
Mm.
So then I really started getting into how can I support people with their relationships in different ways, and then really it's all stemmed from my curiosities, what I have found to be most helpful for me, and then learned more about, to then say, I really want people to know this.
Mm.
There are so many things I've learned in the past few years where I think I wish I knew this when I was a teenager. And so I'm like, right, I'm just going to just learn as much as I can so I can pass it on.